Welcome, friends, to the 2024 PDGA Amateur Disc Golf World Championships here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the big one here for these amateurs. Another PDGA Major, sponsored here by Discraft. And we are Gatekeeper Media. Chris and Derek in the booth. Back nine. How'd that front nine go for you there, bud?
I think we saw a lot of gray. I think we saw a little bit of some shine to the rain we had in the morning, with a couple green spots here for Blake, Justin, Ryan, and Christian with the one. But a lot of gray. Only blemish was with Justin.
Yeah, we are at Earl Brewer Park for this first round. We'll be playing here on the final round as well. This course, little more teeth on this back nine, I feel like, and also some par fours. This is our first one, hole 10, par 4, 605 feet. Drone was from the shorter tee pad, so it is pushed to the left a little bit. Kind of brings that road into play a little more. I feel like the righties, though, might push it really far out to the right.
And traditionally, we've been seeing as people are teeing off, kind of staying within the confines of the tee box, but obviously with the longer distance, we're going to see a longer run up. Blake, unfortunately, turning his over as we see Justin, the lefty, hanging out over the OB all the way, getting himself almost perfectly in position here for his approach.
That is such a good shot, but so scary as a fellow lefty. Just hanging over OB that whole time. If you get a weird wind bounce or something, catches the edge, or so that's kind of more traditional what we want to see here. This Blake went all the way to the tree line, basically. We'll see if he can get a birdie. Just trying to play your percentages and do not fade out OBs.
So I left this in. This is to show just how far Blake got. So he's right here on the edge. We're going to start kind of zooming out just to get a read of truly how much of a crush that was.
Yeah, I mean, that is the mouth to the gap on the other hole.
Going for a patent pending here.
Yeah, he almost threw it into the mouth of the other hole. He literally almost hit a gap.
And how floaty that is.
Yeah,
like
that's
a little
good.
Annie there. Kind of as best as you can do, given the circumstances.
Should be able to get up and down for par.
Christian leaking right, pushing into the tree line there. We'll have to see if there is any gap. Has Ryan here with a textbook forehand.
Ooh.
Almost ringing it up. Wow.
This is such a great shot. And that is too straight. And
yeah, there could be a lot of things that were the cause of that. I think angle, for one, was a little off. I don't think really trusting the disc too much is the second.
Yeah, that is... Oh, man, that's a tough OB stroke to take after having such a good first shot.
Yeah, and then to really kind of not commit to your approach here from your OB.
That's a tester. I mean, that's not a gimme.
So it looks like Christian had pretty much the best possible outcome when it comes to going in there. Oh. Tough hole here for Justin.
Yeah, that one stings. That could really rattle you around. So let's hope he can keep his composure, maybe get a bounce back. But hole 11 is a tough hole as well. So this is the part of the course where it gets a little tougher. But not for our man Ryan.
Just going to have to shake that one off. As we jump into hole 11, another par 4 sitting at 786 feet, 240 meters. We have two little island sections that are OB And then we have the green swing from right to left here. OB marking this triangle shaped green.
Yeah, this is hands down the hardest hole on the course.
That should do just fine. Far enough right to still have the angle.
We haven't seen much danger until now with holes 10 and 11 here. Really, OB coming into play as Blake's going to find OB all the way over there to the left.
Yeah, just not swinging it wide enough. And with a hole of this distance, a lot can happen between you and the basket. Nice curl towards the center here for Christian. And we got Justin going the left line. Heiser hoping
That
to
needs
dump.
to get down. That could get
Oh, that's best case scenario. Playing with that OB. Finds himself on the front side of it.
Yeah, that might set him up for another lefty throw over the OB.
Looks like the wind got a hold of this one, pushing it into the tree line. Filters out.
Man.
Christian is kind of unfazed by the trees today.
Did he like come out here and pick up trash like during the practice rounds and do some good deeds for this place? Because he is getting some love out here.
So yeah, playing over the OB like you had mentioned.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, does it skips off the road,
Hey.
finds himself in bullseye. I think that's a good bounce back from the previous hole.
You don't say. It's a good shot from Ryan. I just think it a little too turnt. Hey, you can have a long bid, but if you're taking par here, it's not the worst. Hardest hole, 0.3 over par. But still, there was about 20 birdies. I think 21.
And let's just take a moment to shout out Blake here for that recovery. Playing over the OB again, nestles himself into bullseye to save par.
Yeah, this was a great hole. Good scoring separation. There was 21 birdies, decent amount of pars, some bogeys, and some worse than bogeys. And
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. So, really good hole in terms of scoring for this field.
Looks like Justin dealing with a slight tailwind. Not the confident putting stroke that we've seen earlier in the round.
Yeah, hopefully that was enough to get him through this back nine. Good bounce back for him. Couple pars for the rest of the folk. We're moving to hole 12. This one, par 3, 274 feet. This is a shorty overall. Drone's going over like a little flex route, but this is the type of hole you can go up and over on that left side. So we'll see lefty do here. And to be honest, we might see the righties as well. Just throw a forehand if you have it.
Yeah, that'll do.
We've already seen a couple great forehands out of Ryan this round, and there's another one.
Blake clipping that early tree, just taking all the juice out of it. And I overheard him say that that is definitely not someplace that he had expected to be. So...
Yeah, that's the fun thing about disc golf, though. You can have so many practice rounds, and then, like, in the end, once it comes game day, you might end up places that you've never been, and it's a beautiful thing.
But we watch Blake take the par, going from less ideal to recovery.
Yeah, not ideal with almost 40% of the field getting birdie here, so he's definitely losing some strokes, but keeping it contained. He grabbed a couple birdies early on, so.
I think that double bogey for Justin kind of lit a fire under him, because now we're seeing him the next two after.
Yeah, it is erased.
Ooh, a little forceful there. Hitting center pole does stick.
And Christian's going to add another birdie to his scorecard.
Nobody is immune to a course like Northwood Black.
Just throwing laser beams.
That's so good.
Bresnell, the birdie, the fist pump.
Critical shot.
Gotta get up. Bresnell.
That is a shot of a champion.
Your 2024 Champions Cup winner, Andrew Bresnell.
All right, back to the action. Hole 13, 312 foot, 95 meter par 3. Perfect example of park golf. Just a couple cluster of trees here near the basket to guard it. You're going to see, quite honestly, there's an opportunity for a lot of variety here. It's really just trying to get down there.
Oh, that drops in real nice. Right under the basket.
Maybe a little ricochet off that tree to get him a little closer.
Well, this is a nice low committed shot here from Ryan.
Yeah, and I love how flat it was to really take advantage of the ground play.
Yeah, definitely worth a second look.
Little anti-skip there at the end to keep it close. Christian with the tight shave to the left of that tree.
And then finds the back door.
Yeah, just about circle's edge. Blake playing with the same tree, not as good of a reaction. Finding himself just about halfway there. Forehand approach. Good save for par.
Yeah, the only thing is he could be the only one taking in par again on the card. Yeah. Good putt there from Christian with the trees. About 25 feet or so. As this is a stretch of holes, I did say there were some teeth on the back nine, but there's also some holes that are pretty easy. And we're about to get into a stretch there where you kind of have to get a birdie to kind of keep up with the field. Mm-hmm. If not, you could see yourself in the B pool coming round 3. So we see a turkey out of Justin. Hole 14, 248 feet, only 76 meters. Little touchy shot, couple trees you have to miss. Slightly downhill here, but like I just mentioned, this is one you need to be getting.
The angle,
yeah.
The angle from the tee is a little deceiving, where right out of the hand it looked like that might have been a little too left. Mm-hmm. But as you see, perfect shape.
Yeah, Justin's going to fill out.
And
Ryan does it even better.
Yeah, followed the vapor trails.
Justin's going to have a filled score box there of green after taking the double, and that is impressive, barring anything crazy happens here. But
we're 3 for 3 here on bullseye hits. This looks a little early.
But skips on up. Great anti-skip.
Perfect.
And Derek, we are very close to a star frame. Christian just needs to put this one in. I'm excited for the star frame for the guys.
It only took 14 holes, but we're there.
There it is. Nice putt there from Christian. Committed center. Turkey for him.
And what 4 in a row here for Justin, filling up the scorecard.
Yeah, Ryan's going to grab a turkey as well. So these guys are getting hungry. And they are chasing these leaders.
All right, hole 15, 475 foot, par 4, 148 meters. Quite honestly, a lot of ceiling to contend with here. Landing zone is right about here for the ideal. Hard pack going uphill, so you are able to play a skip into the mouth of the woods, and then your approach is going to be uphill. I think Justin with the smart play of just riding that tree line, getting himself up to the gap just for a stress-free approach.
Yeah, that was a good landing zone for him. Because we already established he didn't. I don't think he has a forehand here, so he can't get as aggressive as Ryan here, as with the righty. Like, that is an amazing shot.
Forcing the flex line.
Ooh, a little spin there.
Yeah, the card said it was razzle-dazzle, but not quite enough. Finding himself stopped up a little early, going to be fighting through.
Yeah, he might get pinched off a little.
Great landing zone there as well. More of the safe style play. Christian is showing us that he has a more than serviceable forehand, but kind of Plinko up that hill a little bit.
That's a great spot there for Blake to land, because there's kind of like an earlier spot, and then where Justin landed is he actually kind of found himself in the middle. A little harder, a little bit more of a gap.
Yeah, had some trees to split.
Yeah. But
and then now we're here to Ryan's.
Yeah, that is one heck of a drive. And he was probably so close, probably hasn't even been that close. There's a little past the basket. But
oh yeah, still a lot between Christian and the pin. Coming up just short. Wow. Justin's lighting it up, man.
Yeah, that is a good birdie. Keeps the scorecard green. 5 in a row, man. He is tied up with the boys.
When you had mentioned on the front nine that he has only competed in 10 events and 6 of them being wins. So he's got a pretty good track record. He has been a member of the PDGA since 2022.
Ryan's in there. He's filling out his scorecard now.
I like seeing a lot of green.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see a lot of green. I mean, this is the best of the best in terms of the amateur field. And these courses aren't easy. They're not by any means, but these guys are just so good that, as you can see, you almost have to just fill your scorecard with as many birdies as you can.
Yeah, take it. Oh.
When you got 200 competitors out there, you know everyone's being aggressive.
Unfortunately, a little high there for Blake, getting the band, forcing the par.
Blake's the only one that's not really in top form right now.
And we've seen Blake crush.
Yeah.
So it's just maybe a little out of character. This is the last event for him in the U.S. before he heads back.
He's been out here since Junior Worlds.
We're through 54 holes.
It is going to be an exciting championship Sunday.
Evelina with what might have been the single best drive in the division.
Evelina has been so good at throwing those direct lines.
2024 PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell winner, Evelina Salanen.
All right, home stretch. Hole 16, 98 meters. This one's still kind of in that stretch before we get into a couple par fours to finish out. So this is another one these guys just want to grab the birdie. There's a couple different lines that you can take to get there.
So that was a little deceiving there. It looks like Justin hit some of that top ceiling. So it cut a lot of the speed out of it. Didn't get as much of the distance as you're hoping. As this.
Dude.
Yeah, nice and flat with a little bit of a drift right to get a little bit more on it.
Yeah, his forehand is feeling good today. He has thrown some immaculate forehands. Same with Christian.
Yeah, I was going to say, but not to sleep on Christian, as we've been seeing a lot of good examples of the forehand utility as well.
Circle's edge. See if he can put his way to a birdie.
Yeah, a little high there for Blake. Stops short even to Justin's, but
Ooh.
great run there.
Yeah, luckily Blake grabbed a lot of those birdies in that first half of that birdie alley. Oh, geez,
wow.
dude.
All right, he's human, folks.
Man. He had 4 just on the front 9, and we're now looking, he's sitting at 5, so he's with the rest of the guys, so.
So we're going to see Ryan with the lone birdie here.
Yeah. Going for another major title.
It's kind of a lot to live up to. The expectation when you've already gotten 2 major wins on the year, fighting for your 3rd. You got to wonder how that gets to you.
Yeah. I think it's going to build character, and if he wants to tour someday, I think these are the moments you need to live up to. So
I agree. Hole 17, 605 foot, 185 meter par 4. You're going to have to bob and weave through this fairway as there is a lot of trees there kind of spread out, OB all along the right side.
yeah, that OB on the right is dangerous. A tree kick could throw you right over there. You could even throw it a little. You could turn one over.
And this is a solid shot here for Monn. Maybe needed to be a little more to the left to open it up just that much more.
Yeah, if you want to just finish a little more left.
Oh boy, that's in danger of OB. I do believe that is.
Yeah, just only by a foot or 2, unfortunately.
And that timing was a little off for Christian, kind of launching it at an upward angle a little too much, doesn't beat the early ceiling.
It's looking pretty good from Blake. Just needs to miss this tree. And
Oh no, with the backwards roll as well. It curls back towards the left.
Christian, hacking his way down now. See if he can save par.
Oh, and that is probably one of the most unfortunate reactions. Christian back up, showing us just how serviceable that forehand
It's
is.
skinny, dude. That was a great shot there.
Yeah, great recovery.
Ooh, looks like he caught that a little bit.
Yeah, coming up a little short. A little more work for the putt. Ryan forcing a forehand left.
But super overstable disc. Fades back. Oh, no, dude.
Man, you hate to see it, folks.
Gives it a decent run, but that's not looking good. We are looking at a triple for Blake. All the while,
Ooh,
Ryan grabbing another birdie. Doing what he needs to do. I think you got to get to double digits to keep yourself in contention for the week. I think we're going to see probably like a 45 to 55 winner, I think. Could even be up to 60 with these 5 rounds. That was a good catch there.
yeah, I
on
was
that
going to say
basket.
solid grab for sure.
And that's a good par save after 2 pretty early hits. Great third shot. And that one stings, man. That is tough break for Blake. We're going to move into this final hole. Another par 4 to finish out 240 meters. OB along that right side, low ceiling. This kind of reminds me of hole 18 at this side of heaven at Jonesboro. Really fun. Decently long for the par 4 with this low ceiling. And we have the basket here right at the end of the tree line.
Looks like there are some OB stakes along of the pin as well. All along the right side.
It's early from Ryan. He's going to go right into those trees. Let's see how deep he goes, because that is not OB. Ooh,
Getting
missing
flirty with the trees again.
Looks like he did get a little caught there, but that's
Prime
a good spot
placement.
To be in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good spot to be. As long as you can get through this little tight, skinny spot here, as lefty almost had it.
Oh, man. That was like a foot from being great.
So we got two guys early left, one in the perfect spot, Blake. And this shot right here, Derek, it like blows my mind. Like how nose up and high it was, and it just pushed really far. Then just kind of finished over there left. Not a bad spot to be.
Takes the OB. I mean, after the OB dance that he had on the previous hole, I would probably do the same.
Rip it as hard as you can.
Take
up
it
and high.
completely out of the equation.
Yeah.
That angle was a little off there for Justin. Buries it into the ground. Doesn't get any ground play, leaving himself short. If he plays it safe, easy par.
Ooh, just outside the circle there for Christian. He wants to finish strong. Try to get himself a birdie. Gets a little caught up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long bid. Justin gets caught up too. This is the low point on the course, so it was very sloshy. Footing could be a little funky here. This one.
Yeah, kind
Had to play a
of.
little dodge there.
But unaffected, folks. Oh, great save for the birdie. Great way to bounce back. Not the overall scoring that he would be hoping for, but 3 down with 4 more rounds to play.
He could fight his way back. He can definitely be competitive. He's the type of player that can put out those 13 downs, 14 downs, 15 downs, especially on some of these shorter, easier courses. Christian, solid showing, 5 under. I mean, you could see the score there. He's sitting in the 60s.
Solid contact there for Justin. Walking away with 4 down.
What a roller coaster for him.
Nice easy par here for Ryan.
And that's kind of all Ryan needs to do is just hang around, just stay in that like top 20 or so. And cream always will rise to the top.
So as you can see, compared to the front 9, we have a lot more green spread out through the scorecard. A lot of attackable, yep. And as Chris said earlier, we are dealing with 2 different pools, so we're going to be seeing some competitors from the other pool that are sitting in first.
Yeah, we saw a 13 down at the Johnson course, which we will see for round 2. So we do have lead card for Pool A here. We'll be at Johnson. A lot of birdies. Very exciting stuff. We'll be back, and we'll see you then.